Time for a quick weather update. It's all rain with temperatures above the freezing mark for a large portion of coastal Maine into portions of central Maine, the Augusta, Waterville area, down through Lewis and Auburn, Sebago Lake region into southern New Hampshire. Their temps have been above freezing. The problem areas due to freezing rain are in portions of Carroll County, Oxford County, Franklin, Somerset County, points north. We've had a lot of reports of some slide-offs in those zones tonight. So we've had reports from the Bethel area. In fact, I got a report from John in Bethel. He says it's wicked slippery in Bethel. That was about 2 hours ago, though. Paris, West Paris, Lovell, Oxford, Norway, up into Jay, Farmington, Rumford. We've had a lot of reports of slide-offs and slippery travel in those zones. This extends back into the Conway area, the Mount Washington Valley. Temperatures on Mount Washington, on top of Mount Washington, are above freezing, but in the valleys we're right around freezing there. That's why we have freezing rain. Raindrops falling, instantly freezing on some of those road surfaces. There's the Route 2 corridor right up into Farmington. We've had reports into southern Somerset County of freezing rain there as well. So a freezing rain advisory remains in effect in those zones. Oxford, southern Franklin, southern Somerset County until 10 p.m. This includes a large portion of New Hampshire that has been extended by the National Weather Service to include those zones until 10 p.m. Western parts of Maine, extreme western Maine, up towards northern Oxford, Franklin, Somerset County, northern Coos County, a freezing rain advisory remains in effect until 4 a.m. Let's take a look at these all-important temperatures. I mean, a degree or two really means the difference between slippery travel and really just wet conditions. We're safely above freezing in Portland. It's going to stay that way. Mid-30s for Brunswick, Bath. Look at Gray. There are a few spots, even in the Sebago Lake area, right around freezing there as well. So there could be some slippery travel, even into interior Cumberland County and also York County. Buxton is at 33 degrees. Acton's down to 32. Again, it doesn't take much to slicken up those roads. Even a little light rain or light freezing rain or light freezing drizzle could produce a slick layer of ice. Southern coastal zones, mid-30s, we're safe there. We're mid to upper 30s across mid-coast Maine, same in central Maine. These have been the problem areas right in here. Jay, Weld, Strong, Mercer, we're seeing West Paris at 33, Berlin's at 33, Rangeley's down to 31. I got another report from Chris in Rangeley. He says it's down to 30 degrees there, so I guess it all depends on where you are. Some of these sheltered valleys are around the freezing mark, if not slightly below, so freezing rain will continue in those zones through the first part of the night. By tomorrow morning, these temperatures should be rising. In fact, tomorrow, we're looking at all rain for pretty much the entire region. Storm Tracker takes us through 9 o'clock tonight. Areas in pink and purple, that's where we have concerns for freezing rain. The rest of the area, it's probably all rain. Again, there could be a few pockets over well over interior or western, northern parts of Kennebec County, northern Androscoggin County, interior Cumberland, York County, where temps may be hovering around the freezing mark over the next several hours. But for the most part, it's plain old rain there. Notice how the freezing rain gets scoured out as temperatures warm up to near 40 degrees tomorrow. That's 7 o'clock in the morning. We'll have some on and off rain throughout the day. Again, Storm Tracker takes us to 2 o'clock in the afternoon, highs near 40 degrees. A second and final area of low pressure moves through on Thursday. This one's a little different though. This one's going to be intensifying as it pulls away. So we expect, well, first the wind to pick up, cooler air will be drawn in. We're going to end as rain for coastal areas. Again, this is 7 a.m. Thursday, but notice that transition to snow in the mountains. Some of that snow will make its all the way down to the Augusta, Waterville area, possibly into Lewis and Auburn, maybe as far south as Sebago Lake, but even then it's probably just wet snowflakes mixing in. Accumulating snow should be confined into these areas, and it looks to be a plowable snow for parts of Oxford, Franklin, Somerset County. The skiers and snowboarders for some select resorts will be happy with that, I think. Also, some of the snowmobilers will be pretty happy with that as well. By evening, though, we're starting to see some improvement with clearing skies, and I'll tell you, we are headed for what looks to be a very nice forecast, which begins on Friday and extends through most of next week. Snowfall for Thursday. This is not tonight. Remember, tonight's freezing rain. Tomorrow's all rain. It's Thursday. Primarily through the hills and mountains, you'll see a little bit of snow, coating to 2 in the darker shades of blue. I think up towards Mount Washington, about 3 to 6, the presidential range there. Berlin, Gorham, Rangeley, 1, 2, maybe as much as 3 inches of snow there. From Carrabassett Valley up to Eustis, yeah, I think there'll be spots there that get about 3 to 6 inches of snow. And I think there'll be spots that get 4 to 8, maybe 5 to 9 inches of snow up into northern parts of Maine. So that's an early thought. Again, that's Thursday. We'll probably play with those numbers just a little bit. So that's it for tonight. Freezing rain for parts of western Maine tonight, and plain old rain tomorrow. A little bit of snow for some zones on Thursday. Have a nice night. We'll have more updates coming up on CBS 13 at 11, Fox 23 at 10. See you then.